Hey there, Shauna from Skip Blast here, and today I want to tell you about a little experiment that I ran here at the end of 2022 regarding a new website that I started and Facebook. So what happened was back in November of 2022, I had an idea for a programmatic SEO website. And I didn't want to go like the traditional route of just mass gathering data and then just kind of using WP all import and uploading all of that into blog posts. It didn't really have a lot going on. So I wanted to do kind of a hybrid approach where I did some, uploading of data, but I combined that with like a more traditional blog post as well. So we're going to cover that idea, the domain that I used for that, the test that I was running, some issues that I had with indexing, and what I did to solve that using social media. Okay, so the site idea that I had was a very broad one, right? Like I said, I wanted to do part programmatic SEO, part like traditional blog content for it. But I wanted it to be something that I could create very quickly to get up a few hundred posts, before the end of the year last year. Thinking about the potential of this site idea that I had, I knew that it could be tens of thousands of posts, but I had no idea if it was actually going to be a project that would actually work or not. So I wanted to test it first. So what I did was I got a fresh domain, never been registered before, never done anything with it. No one else had ever registered it either. And then in mid-November, I started publishing this, programmatic SEO, traditional blog content, hybrid type of content to the domain. In order to get data really quickly, I decided to focus on a seasonal topic. So that means like seasonal keywords, because I thought that would let me know very quickly if I could get traction with this idea or not. So as you might expect, when you try to run a test like this, things never go the way you want them to. I noticed pretty quickly that I was having indexing issues with the domain. I get about 2 weeks into this project, I'm uploading the content every day. Only one post got indexed. And I was like, what the hell is going on, right? I'd had some indexing problems early in the year with other sites. So I knew that basically, I wasn't surprised that it was happening. But since I was testing this with seasonal content, that has a short shelf life, right? And I really needed that stuff to get indexed very quickly. Otherwise, all this testing I was doing and all this content I was creating was going to be for nothing. So the idea that I had was actually to see if I could get the content indexed like ASAP using social media. So I decided to try Pinterest and Facebook for that. And I didn't want to spend any money on this test, so I was just trying to use free traffic, right? So that meant just creating a Pinterest account, creating pins for each article that I was creating, which was about 200 articles at this point. And for Facebook, all I did was I set up a Facebook page for the website, and then every new post that I did on the site, I did a post on the Facebook page. That was it. And I did this manually instead of using something like Buffer, just because that was just what I did. I should have used Buffer, but I didn't. So the results were a little surprising to me because 0 new pages actually ended up indexed from this site with this little test. But what was kind of crazy to me was the site did start getting traffic and it started ramping up pretty quickly. So then I dug into the analytics and I noticed that traffic wasn't coming from Pinterest. It wasn't coming from Google. It was coming from Facebook, which is crazy. You can see in the screenshot here that I posted from Google Analytics for this site, for this seasonal content, which didn't start getting traffic until on into December. It was obviously Christmas content, as I said seasonal. It got over 2,500 sessions with only one page actually indexed in Google. Everything else was Facebook traffic for free, which is kind of crazy, right? Like, I don't know why. Was Facebook just showing this in people's feeds as kind of like something you might be interested in? Or are people using Facebook as a search engine? I don't know. What I do know is neither helped with indexing. Pinterest was terrible overall. It did nothing. And Facebook brought in traffic, which is great news for anyone who's starting a new site and wants to get traction early on. I did end up discovering later on my indexing problem was actually related to Google not being able to read the sitemap, which apparently happens sometimes. And then you can just rename it and then it'll be fine. So if you ever have that problem, that's what the solution is. So yeah, that was just a quick experiment that I ran. I didn't get the results that I expected, but I'm actually pretty stoked seeing these results. So now going forward, I'm going to be creating Facebook pages for all of my sites. Some of them already have them, but most of them don't. And I'm especially going to be using this when I create a new site, right? Because that's going to be quick traffic. So if you're looking for ways to kind of get traffic quickly when you start a new site, definitely try Facebook for the free traffic that you get just from pages. Hopefully I can continue replicating this and you have success with it too.